Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the Mackey Method podcast with Marcus Mackey. Today, we have a very, 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 very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Manning of Cleveland, Ohio, of Table Solutions. He's been my friend for over 10 years, and today we're talking about Screw Your Passion. We're talking about sales and entrepreneurship, ups, downs, losses, and everything else in between. So stick around. Jonathan Manning is here in Florida. I'm so glad you, bro. I'm seriously glad you hit me up.
Nah, man, I was happy, man. We've been trying to link up for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But actually, you've been coming to Florida, and I'll be seeing your like Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Like this
It's Nico and
he just show up, don't call nobody, nothing.
I'm very bad with that. So
Dude, I get it.
Not calling people is a very normal thing.
No, I understand. Trust me, I understand.
Come into the business and then just leave.
No, I understand, man. I listen. Sometimes when I go home to Chicago, they'll be like, "You didn't like my family. You didn't call me." Listen, I came here for a meeting and got back on the plane.
Yeah.
Didn't even get a chance to get heralds and nothing.
Yeah,
just
nothing.
I had a goal in mind. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad we were able to connect, man.
Absolutely.
And it's been beautiful for me to know you for so long. I was thinking this earlier today that, Bishop Sharon, shout out to Bishop D.A. Sharon. I've known him for almost 14 years now.
Yeah.
So I've known you at least 13, 12
Yeah,
years.
around the same time period, yeah.
So my mind goes back to like when I was right out of school and I came to New York, which is where you're from, and we were painting. You came and got me from the airport, and we were painting a church. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I would have forgot that, but yeah. I remember,
We were painting a church, and we'll get into what you do as an entrepreneur in a minute.
Yeah.
But you had that grit at that time as a crazy entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I was a kid coming out of, like I said, high school. And here you were, you're older than me, but you were like, I'll never forget it. And you probably, maybe you remember this, maybe you don't. I thought you were crazy when you said it. But I didn't know you that well now. But now I'm like I said, I've been watching you. And you're like, now I'm going to make 10 grand a month.
Just like that, huh?
You don't remember saying that?
Nah. But it sounds like me though, so I'm not.
You were like, no, like you was like, and we were like, bro, we had nothing we ate McDonald's, like you was like, no, bro, he's like, no, I'm gonna make 10 grand a month, and I'm sure you're well past that, but but I'm excited to talk to you because for this podcast, bro, is really. A lot of people like talk about the beginning, like the cornbread and beans and the struggle. A lot of people talk about the end where, you can look at your life where you are and say, all right, here's what I've done in my life. Here's what I've accomplished. But nobody talks about the middle, bro.
Everything, man.
Nobody talks about that.
Everything. Yeah, that's the journey.
I don't know in detail, but that's what I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
is to talk to you about the middle part of entrepreneurship.
You
So
still kind of a preacher, man. The way you set this up, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, do you still do that?
Hey, you know what? It's in me. It ain't going nowhere. It's still in me, man. It's really not going nowhere. This is my form of preaching. You know?
Yeah.
So I got to get it out somehow.
Yeah.
But so tell us like what you do, and how you've gotten to do what you do for so long.
Yeah. So real quick, my business is an easy business. I do sales. So we are the middlemen for a lot of companies. We do sales on behalf of them. We pretty much employ people throughout the country to represent Fortune 500 clients, and now starting to do some local businesses also. We would specialize in direct sales, where we speak to people on a face-to-face level. What I do is I set up the contracts, and I employ the people, and I train and develop the managers, and we start building throughout the country. And we work with a lot of notable names that a lot of people know about, of course, and This was something that I got into from my mentor that found me at 19 years old, and he pretty much was the first millionaire that I've ever met. And he spent about 4.5 hours with me on the very first day we ever met, and he just shared a lot of things that I've never heard in my entire life.
Wow.
And it was a total shift in terms of my mindset from that point on. I was pretty much going to be the normal, typical person. And, just, going to school, get a good education, get a good job. And then he showed me a $42,000 check that he made in a week. And of course, that changed everything. Right?
Yeah.
So, he was in the direct sales space. If he was in any other space, I probably would have been in that space because obviously he was my mentor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just happened to be in the direct sales space. So that's kind of where I've learned, which I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because, every business is sales.
Yes.
Right? And you know that as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Every business is sales. So I kind of feel like if I was joining into another industry, quote unquote, that people don't think is sales, I probably would be focusing on things that don't really matter in the business as much. But because I'm in sales and I do sales,
Yeah.
and I know that this is the only thing that really matters to generate this thing to really move.
Yes.
I can see that now in every other business that I open up.
Man, it's so funny you say that because I have other colleagues and general contractors or people in the construction space. We've only been in business for a little bit under 2 years, and people always ask the question of like how did you grow so fast? And I haven't read the book, The E-Myth, but he talks about the people that are technicians versus the people that are entrepreneurs. And I think a lot of people are missing the part of sales.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the biggest myth when it comes to sales?
The biggest myth when it comes to the sales that a lot of people have is that it's hard. But the truth of the matter is everybody do sales anyway. It's a basic transaction that you want, and we do it in every aspects of our life, right? So, if I want a job, I have to sell myself in that job. The same techniques that you do for the job, you can do that to close a fortune or a yacht or a house. You can take the same skills.
Absolutely.
The same determination, same hustle, same drive. You was on Indeed. You sought it after all day. You can take that and you can do the same thing. People view sales as this hard thing. I hear people say, I don't really like sales. So what they do is they spend the next 5 minutes trying to sell me on why they are not good at sales.
Wow.
I share with people all the time, that's not necessarily true, because here's the reality of the matter is you're going to say, I don't like sales, and you're going to apply to a sales job.
Right.
And you might not think it's a sales job, but let there be no sales in that business, you're out of a job.
Right.
So, if you, and I tell people all the time, if you're in a sales job, which every business is a sales job, if you're in a sales job and don't think you're in a sales job, then you're probably getting paid a lot lower than you really should get paid. You know what I mean? Because when COVID happened, the companies, they let go your position way faster than the salesperson. The salesperson, they're not letting that person go.
It's the generator.
Because they generate
It's
sales.
the generator.
Right? So, everybody can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody, if they really learn the skill set that is just natural human connection with people, they can learn how to be great at sales.
Before I started my own company, my last company that I worked for, I identified to realize you really got sales. Number one, on the sub basis, like the subs that I was working with, I just treated them fairly, treated them with respect. And then our clients, our one particular client, and they were from North Carolina. Anytime they would come into town, we would pick them up from the airport, show them the job site, take them to dinner, buy them drinks, whatever, but interact with them beyond just a normal transaction, if you will. And so one day we were sitting talking, and I was taking them to dinner, and I said, "Hey, you guys got anything else that you?" Yeah, he said, I like you guys to take a look at a $30 million project, and I was looking at my hands like, whoa.
Yeah.
And here I am making 70 grand a year for someone else, but got someone else $30 million project.
Easy.
You know what I mean?
Just like that.
And so I'm like, so then for me, I'm like, well, if I'm doing this for this guy.
Absolutely. Yeah. You could never do it for yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And
you are.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
It's only right.
And I think that if more entrepreneurs and leaders would focus more on sales, I think that it would drive their revenue. It would drive
their business won't close. This is closed when the sales close.
It's true. It's true. It's true. And being able to pivot in sales, and I'm learning as some sales are quicker than others. Some are like I was talking to someone. I was talking to Devin, who's the production. I was like, dude, like I've been working on this deal for like 18 months. It's like. And I've probably spent about 60 grand to close it. Now I'm going to make it back, but I've spent so much to try to get the deal. You know what I mean? And, I'd rather go after it with everything than not go after it at all. You know what I mean?
The thing that I share with people in terms of sales, well, I'm going to say this part first. Every CEO is a CSO, the chief sales officer, right?
I like that. I didn't write that down.
You have to be able to be the one that's focusing on bringing in the sales every single day. The thing that I share with people, however, you were saying that you're working on getting this deal. Some deals are quicker deals. Some deals are longer deals. That's all good. There's a term in sales that we use called the law of average, right? So everything has its equal equivalent average to it. So in sales, what I do is if I was new and I was like, let's say in your business, I would have to track everything that I did to get every sale that I got.
Right.
So I can know a metric, right? If I got 10 of these and 10 of these closes, what did I do to get these 10 closes?
Right.
Have that metric and this long form version. What is everything I did to get this longer contract and track that, create averages now for that. So now it's not anything that I need to hope to get a deal now. I know I can get a deal just by following the same metrics. Because if it worked 10 times here, 10 times here, then I know that, okay, cool. This is how much I want to make this year.
Right.
Cool. This is the game plan. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I train the salespeople to do, because you don't want to get up and hope to make money this year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it needs to be like, there's no sales agent that want to get out there like, I mean, I hope these customers buy this thing. No, if you are a professional, you're tracking the details of what the amount of phone calls you made, the amount of time, the amount of emails were sent. We did this, boom, 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 and it led to that right there. Right. That's actually why I call it the table solutions. If you don't know,
really,
because success in life is mathematical, like a multiplication table. Right? 1 + 1 = 2 every single time, no matter where you go. So if you can plug in the same coordinates, you're going to always find the same solution regardless.
Man, as I'm sitting here listening and I'm thinking about these certain deals that we did early on, it was almost like this, I wouldn't say a pitch, but it's a mathematical formula. It's the same process, it's the same conversation, it's the same thing, and what we've done, because our business is so competitive, what we've done is find things that sets us apart. Right. So we've partnered with a guy who here permitting. So I looked at the weaknesses, like what's holding us up? Well, permits are holding us up. So we partnered with a permit expediter. I shouldn't be telling my secrets, but
they're not gonna do it anyway.
Right. We partnered with a permit expediter, and we're offering it free if they go with us. So like yesterday, I was on a sales call where the guy was like, well, I'm trying to get 3 people and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, look, here's how we work. Let me show you how we work, blah, 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 blah. And we're doing this. And how much is that? It's free.
Done. Sign. Yeah.
I thought I was going to look for 3 more, but send me over a contract.
Done.
Done. And I think a lot of people, only see the cut and dry aspect instead of finding the weaknesses. And I found that even from my mentor, like he'll ask me because they do very large construction, and so he's based in Chicago. He's trying to get to do work here. And so he's like, Marcus, who's X, Y, and Z? And this is what he'll say to me. He'll say, send me their information. He says, send me their it's not their email, send me their website, because what I'm going to do is, and he's been in business for 45 years. He has 600 employees. It's just massive company.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to find out their weaknesses so that when I go to their account holders or the people that they employ, I can say, hey, you know that guy? Here's what we can do better.
I love it.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
that's a pro.
Like,
That's
he'll like he'll look at, he'll say, well, they got a controller. We got 3 controllers. They got 1 person. We got, and people get blown away by that, and they win the deal because, they know their competition.
Yeah, he's prepared.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Yeah.
He's not going there to hopefully get the deal.
No, man. He's a killer. I'd be like, you said that a lot of people sometimes want to do what they enjoy versus doing what they're good at.
Screw your passion. That's it.
Talk to me about that, man. Because I got some thoughts on that I agree with you on 100%.
Yeah. Listen, man, I am team screw your passion. All right. Listen, man, I'm so tired of the passion talk. I get it. Do something you love. I get it. But honestly, I don't get it, because here's the truth. The truth is, the people that's telling you to do this, that are super wealthy, they are now making probably $100 billion at this point, right? So they're now looking at it from, it's almost like when you get to a certain point and now you're looking like, well, if I had to do it all over again, I would count the butterflies that fly around this thing. You didn't do that.
But you didn't, right?
You didn't do that, though, all right? So let's just call it what it is. You did not do that.
Yeah.
You bust your butt in something all day, all night.
Yeah.
People are listening to that, and what they're doing is they're jumping into things that is not really producing them any real money.
Yeah.
And they're trying to chase this thing for a long period of time. Now, if you have no desire to make money, hey, totally fine, understandable. But I'm talking about people that's trying to make money, which is majority of us.
Yeah.
So you're chasing this thing, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna do my passion, man. I'm gonna do my passion. Sometimes I find it so funny, like people say to me, yo, John, this ain't my passion, man. I'm about to go do my passion. And I would say, oh, so you're pretty much saying that this is my passion, right?
Yeah.
Like I was born for that, right?
Right.
See, what I do is I build my passion in whatever I do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I don't like try to, people say, what's your passion? Like I can, there's a rapper, I forgot his name, but he's starting a Japanese restaurant in the Caribbean, right? And he's not Japanese, but he understands money.
Right.
And I'm quite sure the Japanese restaurant is not his passion.
Right.
He's going to figure out how to incorporate his passion in whatever he's doing.
Right.
So I tell people all the time, you might have multiple different things you have to do. The thing that I would do if I was you, and I had 6 different things that I know I would love to do, and I put those 6 things on the table, I'm looking at what is the quickest, easiest form of money that I can make from these 6 things.
Yes.
And I would erase 5 of those things, which is a discipline to do, and just focus on this one thing right
Yes.
now. If it's the
Yes.
quickest, fastest way that I can scale myself up, I take that money, and then you can say, you know what? I've always wanted to do this.
Right.
But now you have enough money to now invest into whatever
you
that
wanna
passion
do.
is, versus you're just thinking that because you love it,
Yeah.
you're going to just work hard on it and you're going to make more money. I rarely ever see that happen, because even the things that you love, there's so many things about it you're going to hate.
Yes.
Darren Hardy said that when Oprah used to wake up, like, Oprah, everybody gets inspired over Oprah. Oprah would be on the set for 1 hour talking. And people get inspired over her 1 hour. They're not inspired over her waking up, and you're Chicago, you know this, 4:30 in the morning, every morning, going to that office. Every single morning. Steve Jobs, a billionaire, multi-billionaire, jumping in his car, heading to that office every single day, leaving at there 1 o'clock in the morning. That part right there, you're not going to like that.
Right.
And it could be in the space that you love and is your passion. And then you're going to say to yourself, man, I don't know if this is for me.
Right.
I thought it was your passion.
Right.
Like, what do you mean?
what you do, whether it's CNC, whether it's billing, and like I try to tell my family, who it's kind of hard, but it's like, if you do billing well, make that a business.
Yeah.
If you do medical billing or accounting, whatever you do, make it your business.
Absolutely.
Take the money from that, the owner draw, the profits from that, and then go build a dollhouse in
build it up.
Iowa. If that's what you want to do, if that's your passion, do that.
Yep.
But I think that we live in a false sense of reality when it comes to our passion and the things that we do. I want to ask you a question, because I know that, and as entrepreneurs we could talk forever, but I want to ask you, as you have been in business for 10 plus years, maybe now.
Yeah, man, 15 plus.
Yeah. So talk to me about the grit and the grind. I want to get into the story of the real downturn in a minute, but I want to talk about, and I asked entrepreneur, there's a couple on another episode, is like about, because here's the thing that's pissing me off right now, right, is this whole rest and don't
get me started. Yeah, don't get me
this
started.
whole rest and
Balance.
and balance.
Oh God,
garbage.
don't get me started, man.
And then people wonder, and I'm not criticizing, but I think it comes to a reality of, like, when I hear people talk like this, it's like the work ethic. People say, "Oh, I got a work ethic." Yeah, you go 9 to 5, right? And that's a work ethic. Talk to me about the grit, the grit and the grind of pushing something for 15 years.
The truth of the matter is, entrepreneurship now is sexy. Instagram made it very sexy. When I got started in the entrepreneur world, to say to somebody that you were going to be an entrepreneur, they viewed you as a deadbeat, because what you mean you're not going to school, so you obviously so what you're seeing now is fake entrepreneurs pop up everywhere and try to teach people in this space that they have no idea. Nobody working for them, no payroll, no nothing, zilch.
No risk, no liability.
They want vacations, they want woosahs, like they want the cars, and it's like, you don't even understand what it takes to get to this point.
Yeah.
Like the mindset of balance. Like people always say, how do you find time to do all these different things? I tell people all the time, I share this all the time, I live a and life. I do not live a or life. So it's not like I'm going to be a great businessman or a great husband. That's how you process things, because you were trained to clock out when the boss told you that this is the end of work. And then you go home and you don't want to think about work again for the rest of the day. But you want to boss up.
Yeah. Yep.
When the boss is up. They're up at night thinking about the business all night.
All night.
You know what I mean? But you want to clock out. You don't want to put in no extra mile time. The road to the extra mile is always empty. Those that travel it will get to destination faster.
Right.
Right? So you don't want to put no extra mile time. You want to, like, the reality of the matter is, I'm going to be a great husband. I'm going to be a great businessman. I'm going to be a great dad. I'm going to do it all.
Right.
And it don't matter what happened. I was sharing with this on my Instagram the other day. I said the same level of passion and dedication, I should say, that you expect from your boss is the same dedication you need to put towards your goals.
Exactly.
Because the reality of the matter is, if the boss lost their mom this morning, you still want to get paid today.
Right.
You do not care at all what they're going through.
Doesn't matter.
You are you hold them with much more esteem.
Yes.
Than you hold yourself.
Yes.
Because all you talk about is balance, rest, all the freedom, all these things that you're not willing to bust your butt. So you get upset because they're now in Dubai.
Right. And here's the crazy part: you don't know what they did to get there,
and you don't know that they're still working.
Yeah.
Like everybody always talks about, like, yo, John, I see you traveling all the time. No, you see this. What's up, guys? Yo, I'm out here, and once that's over, it's like, all right, how much we lost?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? You're not seeing that.
They don't see that.
You don't see the fact that, yes, I'm in Dubai, yes, but I'm doing payroll at 3 o'clock in the morning. because it's 8-hour time
Right,
difference. You know what I
right.
mean? Like you don't see those things.
Exactly.
You're not willing to sacrifice the nightclubs sometimes
Right.
because you got to get the contract done. You're not willing to do the knowing that you're drained out and you're tired, but you got 50 people that need your attention right
Yes.
now. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, I was doing a teaching in front of like 30 people, and I got a text message a couple years ago that my aunt had stage 4 cancer. In the middle of my teaching, what am I going to do at this point?
You got to keep teaching.
I got to keep teaching.
Are you going to stop?
I gotta keep teaching. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna say, guys, listen, hold up, pause, guys. I gotta get away. I gotta go away. Please don't talk to me right now. I need time.
That's what they expect you to do.
What? Is that real?
It's not.
And that's what they think.
It is.
And so it's
Bro, that's why I wanted to create this platform, because I talk to people all the time that think it's, oh, wow. And they have no idea
the struggle, the losses,
the losses.
the am I gonna be able to pay rent this week? Or there's like all these things you're thinking about on a consistent basis as you're building.
As you're building.
And guess what? With no safety net.
None.
You know, somebody called me here, right, a couple of years ago. I'll never forget this conversation. And they were like, hey, John, man, I need you to mentor me, man. So I'm like, hey, man, so what you want to do? Man, I don't know why my business is like not really moving. I'm trying to get this thing moving and it's not moving. I said, well, what do you do in the daytime? Well, you know, I work at my job. I said, easy, quit your job. I said, it's very simple. Nah, John, I can't do that, man. I got kids and stuff like that. So I'm not your mentor.
Yeah.
So because I don't know what it is to have a safety net.
Right.
Like, if I don't work my business today, I don't eat.
You don't eat, period.
If I don't work my business today, I can't pay rent.
It's feast or famine.
So I don't know what it is to say I have $1,000 coming in my paycheck, but I'm trying to do this thing. I don't know. I never did that. Maybe you have somebody that did that.
Right.
That's not me. I have to work all day on my business to make sure it's moving and grinding and getting to the next level.
Yes.
So that mindset of just like, you know, people want the safety net. They want the balance. They want the this. It's a false narrative that Instagram is portraying, because people are only posting, like you're saying, they're only posting their good moments.
Yes. They're
not posting.
And I really want you guys to hear this, because a lot of people, they go to the Secretary of State here in Florida. It's the Sun Biz, and I got my LLC, y'all. But now the journey really begins.
They only think about it to the website. That's all they think. LLC, business cards,
bro,
website, maybe an event, and then in 3 months it's a post on Facebook to say, "Wow,
yeah,
I can't believe I started a business." And when another person posts this, then you know you support them, but you can't support your own. No, you suck.
Tell him again, Jack.
You suck. Don't be trying to guilt trip me. You know what I mean? You ain't pushing your product enough in my face.
No.
So yes, I'm supporting that
and
other business right now.
You don't even believe this is entrepreneur roles, but you don't even believe in your product enough.
Exactly.
To put it out there.
So yeah, you're not gonna get going.
I know, bro. I don't.
Don't get me started on that, man.
But I want to talk about this, because they don't talk about this. You know, I think people that actually have gone through it, some of them, they don't share these stories, and they get enamored because people are impressed by them, and they don't tell them the times
that they lost almost everything.
Right. So I think these stories are important. So I know you have a story like that.
I got a story, man.
You know,
I got a story to tell. I you know, when I started business independently, 2012, you know, me and my brother, we did business for years. So even when you met me, we was doing the juice company and stuff like that. So I always had a business element to me. I didn't know how to scale business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My mentor kind of took me in 2012 and taught me how to scale business. And I came to Cleveland and I started building business. And honestly, I started making 6 figures very first year, right? Which at the time I thought was like big money. I thought I was the boss, right? $4,000 a week. I was like, you can't tell me nothing. I'm doing good, right? And you know, literally I started just building business all throughout, still learning that paying multiple offices and admins, and this office is not doing well, so I got to take the profits from this office to pay for that office, and then this office is not doing good also, and it's like I got to take the profit of this office to pay for these. So I was trying to figure all that out, right? Better systems, better strategies, and we were just hitting some major roadblocks, man, with clients and just me being lazy on cruises more than I probably should be working. And what happened in Cali, we went to a place where we lost pretty much almost everything. I never forget the time period. We were strapping, trying to find everything to get money. I was driving from Cleveland to Cali. People thought that it was because of road trips, but no, we just didn't have enough money. We had to just go jump in that car and just drive. And I'd never forget when I was in Utah, driving through the mountains, which is, by the way, very beautiful, but driving through the mountains, and my son's mom gave me a call and said, "Hey, John, there's a boot on our car." I bought my son's mom a car. Boot on the car. I'm like, wow, really? Wow, why is there a boot on the car? You know, always amnesia, right? You didn't pay the bill.
Oh, yeah.
Lost the car.
Wow.
And how demoralizing that probably felt for me at the time, you know, knowing that my son, mom, that I got the car for to take care of my son, I can't even afford to even pay for that right now.
Wow.
Coupled with that, 1 month later, I parked my car in front of a hotel, woke up the next morning like, hold on, did I leave my car here? No, I probably left it over here. No. Did anybody drive the car last night? Car is gone.
Wow.
Didn't have the money to take it out. Eviction notice in the apartment in San Antonio, and I was at a crossroads where I had literally a studio apartment in Cleveland still, which we haven't gone for over a year. I felt like if I got rid of that, I would felt like I was homeless for real. At least I always knew that I could go back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
$600 a month. And I had an office over there that the guy was being a little lenient to me at the time. So I was like, you know what, let's go back to the office. I had like 5 guys over there. 5 guys, they said, "John, when you come back, we're ready to work with you." So I said, Monday, everybody come in the office. Everybody said, yes, Monday, we come in the office. Monday, only one person showed up in that office to shake my hands and say, "Thank you, John, I found another job."
Wow.
So at this point, I'm on my face now. Me and my wife, we are arguing to like the next level. I'm talking about, I didn't even know we was going to make it through this time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? We arguing every night. Like, she's like, I don't know what she was saying at the time. You know, but we arguing every night. We had to drive to Venice Beach, which was like 3 hours away from where we were in Fresno. Literally at a 1-star hotel. Like, I would have to wake up in the morning time, make lemonades with 3 of us in this 1-star hotel, make lemonades inside the 1-star hotel, buy water, drive all the way to Venice Beach, and we will be in the hot Venice Beach all day long selling water, lemonades, just to maintain this office still, and also to keep this 1-star hotel.
Wow.
And to eat some food today.
Yeah.
And we started realizing like we were just losing money still because we got to pay for gas, we got to pay for this, we got to pay for that. So it just felt like, man, this is just, I'll never forget when I lost everything. I literally, like, I'm scrambling around. I was watching Dark Knight Rises, right? And I started realizing that I saw myself in this. Because in Dark Knight, Batman became, I mean, he was Batman, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Joker was going crazy. Batman just Batman, right? And at the end, he took down Joker.
Yeah.
7 years hiatus. 7 years of not being Batman. Bane comes on the scene, and Bane is causing major havoc. And Batman thinks that because he had past success, that he can just put on his costume and go out there and just beat Bane.
Yeah.
That's been in the gym.
Yeah, that's been waiting for him.
And he threw a punch at Bane, and guess what Bane did? Catch that punch. Looked at it and said, "These has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you." I sat back in my seat right there in the 1-star hotel, and I was like, Lord, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm like, we became so successful so fast, we got lazy. Now that we have to grind, we think that we're just gonna wake up one day and just feel like, all right,
Yeah.
we could do it again.
Yeah.
No, we got punched in our face. You got punched for the laziness because there's no such thing as neutral in business.
Wow.
You're either grinding or you are losing. And if you build enough momentum, that momentum is coming back to you faster.
Yes.
So I had to really just stop and analyze, like, no, I have to rebuild this thing. Thank God we found a car because we got stranded, no cars. We found a car for no down payment. In California, they do those type of stuff, right? No down payment, nothing. It's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know. So we found a car, and I dedicated myself from that point every day waking up and grinding. We were literally doing coupons to eat food. We were taking the pizza. We would have to rationalize the pie of the pizza. You know what I mean? Where we'll say, okay, listen, I know you're hungry, but we're going to eat half today, half of it tomorrow.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then if there's a coupon in the back and there's something code there, we need to call that number because we need to eat today. That's why we laugh all the time. We was like, yo, when we went and like we used to get like egg and cheese McMuffin from McDonald's. If we add the sausage, egg and cheese, that means we made some money that day. Like, yo, let me get a sausage, egg and cheese, but I made a little extra cash today. You know what I mean? But we did this. And me coming up with the strategies every single day while going through stress at home, while going through stress. Well, thank God my son's mom was not, really giving me too much hell at the time. But we were just all burnt out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you as the entrepreneur, you still gotta wake up and figure it out. And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't some people get discouraged over like not one or two people didn't buy. You're not even qualified to be discouraged yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not
yet.
even.
Not when you ain't lost nothing
you
yet.
You haven't scratched it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank God, this is what I tell people all the time. You get a mentor.
Yes.
I literally sought mentors from that time period.
Yes.
People that looked at my situation and said to me, it's okay.
You know what? Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
That'd be the part that pissed me off as an entrepreneur. Because you be, especially as a newer one or a younger entrepreneur, you're talking to your mentor, you're like, the world's on fire. And they're like,
It pissed me off at the time because I was like, you're not hearing what I'm saying. We starving right now. We starving. And on top of that, I can't even get back home.
Right.
So.
And it's the mindset.
They understand it.
The mindset. And sometimes having the sobriety in the mentor, the voice of the sobriety where, it's like, I put this thing up on Instagram where it was like this diagram and it said what felt like the end of the world, but in that small part it was just a temporary inconvenience. That's temporary.
All. And you figured out every solution past that point.
Yes. Now I'm so glad you told that story, but I don't want you to tell all the numbers, but I mean you're well past million. 1 million. Yes.
1 million, 2 million, 3 million.
Hey, but I'm not trying to put your net worth out there, but I want people that are discouraged to be able to hear the things you said, and look at you and be like, yo, like, somehow, you figured that shit out.
Yeah, God is good, man.
Yeah,
we're probably going to close out a little over 10 million this year.
That's awesome.
In sales. And, truthfully, I think that's even small to the goals that I believe we can actually achieve. I just know that that's easily attainable this year. I'm going to scale this business up to 100 mil.
Wow.
On God. Listen, it's all numbers.
Yeah.
And that's what I have to focus on. It's all numbers.
Yeah.
It's a numbers thing.
Yeah.
It's a game. That's all it is. It's games. You know what I mean? Once you figure out how to scale business, it's just a game that point.
It's a game.
Just figure it out. Just do it times 1,000 again. You know what I mean? So, my mentor, I saw his payroll last week, and he had 1,900 something people on the payroll.
Wow.
I said to myself, well, Jesus, like, I got work to do. You know what I mean? So, for me, and this is why I would tell everybody this, if there's anything that you take from this part, the cheat code is get around a mentor.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I do purposely is, even with like Grant Cardone and all these other people that I've paid money to or to be around, I sit down in rooms that makes me feel small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm the guy.
We've gone through, with the story you kind of told, we've gone through a similar situation in business and kind of still trying to figure that out. But going through things makes you humble to be like, I am not that guy.
I'm not the guy right now.
I'm not, period.
The truth
Like,
is,
I'm
the truth is, listen, one day I'm going to be the guy.
One day,
but it ain't till I make at least 100 mil.
You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
100 mil, then I could probably say, but until we get to that point, let me humble myself a little bit. You know, and when I get to 100 mil, I'm gonna hang around people that's making $2 billion, and I'm gonna say to myself,
but that's the wisdom in going through rough times.
you got to go through it.
It's the wisdom.
It's a part of success. You can't, there is no such thing as just riding to success without the rough times.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, success doesn't care about what you think you care about. It's there for the taking.
Jonathan Manning, Table Solutions.
Yes, sir.
This has been a mouthful, an earful. I'm so glad you came on.
Yeah, and I appreciate you for having me, man. This
we
is
gotta have
great.
you back more. You know,
Yeah, man. I think we could
it.
have gone another 2 hours.
I know.
You know what I mean? I feel like we were just hitting the nucleus.
I know.
Yeah,
I think
this was
it's been
great,
an hour
man.
already. Yeah,
This was great.
No, I appreciate it. So
Yeah, I appreciate it for having me.
yeah, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it.